Welcome to another Fitspo Friday. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. And that is especially true in your health and your vitality. You know, I firmly 1000% believe that how you show up in your health is how you show up everywhere else. So I have a confession to make. I got soft, but no more. Today, I promise you, I'm going to be a truth teller. Today, you might not like me, but tomorrow, you're gonna fucking love me. So probably the most common thing that I have people say to me or ask me is, hey Shannon, I'm eating healthy. I'm working out hard. I'm not losing any weight. Why not? What's going on? Why am I not losing weight? So I'm here to tell you the truth and about why you're not losing weight. And no, contrary to popular belief, it is not because you're gaining muscle. That drives me crazy, I'm not gonna lie. If you are consistently lifting heavy weights for 7 to 8 months, as a woman, you can add probably 3 to 6 pounds of muscle. And if you're a man, you can double that. So say 6 to 12 pounds of muscle. 7 to 8 months of consistent heavy lifting. Okay, so that doesn't happen in a night. It takes a long time to build muscle, obviously, right? You're building muscle fibers, but they're not going to give you mass. Fibers have no weight for the most part. The reason you're not losing weight is because you're not eating healthy and you're not working out hard. It is scientifically impossible to eat a strict, healthy, nutrient-dense diet and crush your workouts and still not lose weight if in fact weight loss is your goal and you have weight to lose. So this is me not being soft. If you don't have self-awareness enough to know what crap you need to cut and how hard you need to exercise, then you will never ever achieve your goal and you will certainly never be a high performer. And that's what we want for all of you. We want goal crushers. So if your goal is weight loss, and if you especially really need to lose weight to be healthy and have a longer life, and you're consuming any amounts of alcohol, people, I'm here to tell you, you're using the ostrich strategy. That is sticking your head in the sand and just praying to Jesus that it's gonna be fine. But if you don't want to experience better health in a longer life, then cheers, bottoms up, absolutely. You know, to each their own. And I certainly would never push trying to be healthy on other people. But it's important that you know that alcohol will always negatively impact your efforts. Alcohol will stop lipolysis, fat burning in its tracks. So the most important thing about, being self-aware is if you don't know where you are, how the hell are you going to get to where you want to go, which is achieving that goal? People have goals they want to achieve or habits they want to implement, but they will never achieve them if they're not self-aware of where they are now. You'll never get to where you're going if you don't know where you are, right? So before you start working towards a goal, you must establish your baseline. People, it's literally life or death. There are no second chances. We get one trip around the sun. So you need to know what you're eating. And I'm talking about not, I eat healthy. I eat, I had a smoothie. I had my bulletproof coffee. I have salads usually. No, I am talking about every single thing you put in your mouth. Log it dutifully for a whole week. Okay, I'm talking about handfuls of almonds. I'm talking about your kids' French fries that you sneak. Fully guilty of that. And then you also, in addition to knowing what you're eating, you need to know your critical numbers. This is your blood pressure. 120 to over 80 is normal, but 140 over 90 is high. But anything between those two is still a signal of pre-hypertension. And then you also need to know your waist size. Measure just above your hip bone. And it needs to be less than 40 inches. So the reason, abdominal fat is hormonally different. And this is the most dangerous kind of fat to have and is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, you name it. You also need to know your body fat percentage. The healthy range for men is 18 to 24%, and for women, it is 25 to 31%. So above these numbers is considered obese. And if you have the ability to get your blood drawn and get your blood sugar, your cholesterol, etc., you want your fasted blood glucose to be 700 to 100 milligrams. High blood sugar damages your blood vessels and leads to an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Your cholesterol, you want your combined to be less than 200, and your high density lipoproteins, the HDL, the good guys, the non-sticky stuff, because it protects your arteries by helping reduce plaque. You want it above 60 milligrams and as high as possible. And then the LDL, the bad kind, their molecules are really sticky, which causes the buildup in your arteries and blockage. You want that below 130, and otherwise it increases your risk of also stroke and heart attack. And then your triglycerides, you want those 150 or less. And added sugar can cause your triglycerides to be high. So know where you are, and then get really, really honest with yourself. What do you need to change? What do you need to add to cut? Do you need to cut? Do you need to reduce in your diet or exercise program, your friend circle, everywhere? So I've got a quick story. My nurse practitioner she's currently going through the education to get the same certification that I have in integrative nutrition coaching. But she said that 90% of her patients that write on their health intake form that they are overweight, when the choice is underweight, normal weight, overweight, obese, will write overweight. And she said 90% of the ones writing overweight are in fact obese. And now I feel this is a term that is clouded with shame. We must get rid of that shame so we can get real and work on getting healthy for our loved ones and for ourselves. It's our responsibility. And that doesn't mean that you should be shrouded with guilt or saying, I fucked up, like it's my fault. Yeah, it's your fault. But now it just means you're taking responsibility. Take it. It's not your fault. You take it back, and you have the ability to respond. You now have the ability to respond. Should I say that again? Because I said it a couple of times. So I'm serious though. I'm passionate about this. I want you this week to track your food. Find those critical numbers. Other than the blood test, everything else is free, right? It's free to find your body fat percentage. You can do that at a drugstore. Blood pressure, same thing. Next week, I'm going to be bringing you a foolproof process that, since now you are self-aware and real, will help you formulate goals specific to you, have that intense, passionate why, and crush them. So that said, be disciplined. You guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week.